morning, but really afternoon. It's no longer morning on Monday the 22nd. I'm just putting my ice pack away. Well, one of them. I have a couple of these that I use obviously throughout the day, so I want to make sure I get it in the freezer, and I haven't done that yet because I'm still sort of recovering from the weekend with the hubby. If you guys follow us on Instagram, y'all would have known that Brad was not having a great weekend. Well, it started Friday. He is doing much better. He went to work today, so he says he doesn't have any pain, but not 100% because men can be stubborn sometimes, even though I love him dearly. Well, my husband can be stubborn, but most men are stubborn when it comes to their health and things. So I think he's okay, but I don't know. I literally just got out of pajamas. I'm like in a wrinkled shirt, which is because our closet was supposed to get fixed on Friday, but Friday morning is when Brad started to have a ton of pain, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And when I finally asked him for like the third time, do you want to go to the ER? And when he said yes, I knew that meant he is or wasn't feeling well, because he hardly ever goes to the doctor. It's always me. And got diagnosed with one thing on Friday, was sent home with medicine, and we were supposed to follow up with a GI doctor, which he's seen a GI doctor before, and sort of go from there. He was sent home with a few medications to take, so we had to stop at the pharmacy to get them, and it was our first time going to this pharmacy, which is closer to our house, and this CVS was just like a nightmare. Let's just say we won't go back there again, but we had to because we went back to the hospital on Saturday. Anyways, so we got home Friday after dealing with the fiasco at the pharmacy, which we had to go back and get the medicine. Well, I had to go back and get the medicine for Brad, and it was just a nightmare because it took almost like 4.5 hours to get the script filled, even though it was coming directly from the ER. So it was just like frustrating because the pain meds that they were given, Brad was given in the IV, obviously were starting to wear off, and like I didn't want him to be in pain, you know? So anyways, got that situated. Friday night, he still had a little bit of discomfort after, you know, getting home and things, but he rested a couple of times throughout the afternoon and seemed to sleep okay for the most part Friday night. He woke up Saturday morning, and I guess he felt fine when he first woke up, but then about like 30 minutes or so later, he was in more pain than he was on Friday, and like it was surpassing a 10 at this point. Like his pain was pretty much a 9 on Friday, but now it's like 15, you know, 15 out of 10, which obviously is bad. And so when he told me, he's like, we got to go to the hospital, like it wasn't even me asking him to go again. Like he's like, we have to go back, like there's something literally wrong, and the medicine that he was given is not helping. Like it just was awful. Like the pain that I saw in his eyes like on Saturday, it broke my heart so much, because I know how it is to live in pain every day, but his pain that I saw in his eyes on Saturday morning was just like so intense, and I just wanted to cry, but obviously I was trying to stay strong for him. Got back to the hospital. They now think it's basically a kidney stone on top of the stuff that he was diagnosed with on Friday. So they think that he was passing a stone. and that's what caused like the more intense pain on top of what was the issue on Friday. So long story short, we had to go back to CVS again to get more medicine, and it was another fiasco. So we definitely will not be using that CVS again. There's a couple other ones in the area where we moved to, so it will be fine. And if those two aren't fine, or I think there's 2 or 3, then we'll switch to Walgreens or somewhere else. But to make a long story short, since I'm rambling, Brad is feeling better supposedly, and he went to work. He was feeling fine yesterday. He didn't really have any pain. So either he passed the kidney stone, or that really wasn't the issue. Maybe he really didn't have a kidney stone. Like, we're just not 100%. He's gonna follow up with the GI doctor as well as the family doctor and sort of just go from there and see how these antibiotics work through his system over the next week. So it was definitely a long weekend. It was pretty scary just because for Brad to say he has to go to the ER, like, I knew he was in a lot of pain. And we all know I don't like hospitals. I don't like going to the doctor because of all the stuff that I've been dealing with, and not just the back stuff, but just infertility things and other things in like years past. I just don't have the best experience with hospitals, so I hate going to them. It wasn't the best on my back, but obviously I pushed through it because I wanted to be there for him, obviously, you know? So anyways, didn't really get much accomplished this weekend because obviously I was taking care of the hubs, and I, you know, wanted to make sure he was feeling good. And I just basically rested with him because sitting in those chairs at the hospital are not the most comfortable things. And the one nurse was so sweet. She got me an ice pack the one day that we were there, so it made things a little bit better, but it was just hard because I can't take any medicine while I'm driving. So obviously I had to wait till we get home, and you know, it was just a weekend. So my back is still feeling a little bit extra sore right now, and my feet and my legs are still a little bit swollen because of sitting in that awful chair and not being able to prop up my legs. So anyways, that's why I'm only getting to try to do some stuff now. It's like after 12, and I want to try to tackle more of the craft room and try to decorate the Disney tree in there finally, because Brad did get the tree in for me. He helped move some of the furniture in there, which I'll go show you guys. And that's my goal today, is to try to get that a little bit more situated. But before I do that, the closet situation. So Friday, we were supposed to have the closet company come back and fix the closet since it's like falling down. Well, it doesn't look like it's falling down, but you can tell. This is our room right now. This is all stuff that was in the closet. More clothes over here. Brad's socks and other stuff sitting there. More clothing. It's just a nightmare in here. I really wanted to have gotten this tree decorated, but the tree I think I'm gonna put in the corner. So I'm just gonna wait till the closet guys come. These screws back here, you can sort of see they're coming out of, yep, I just pushed it back in. They are coming out of the wall. So they need to come and reinforce it. So hopefully tomorrow afternoon, after they come, I can then get this bedroom a little bit more situated, try to decorate a little bit for Christmas in here, and then eventually do a whole house tour for you guys, because I did decorate in here, which you guys have seen a little sneak peek of things in the last couple videos, or maybe just the last one or two, I can't remember. But I wanted to do like a whole house reveal for Christmas, even though it's not quite what I want to have as far as Christmas decor. Just because it's a new house, like I wanted to change up a few things. I wanted to get a few new things, but I'm just trying to be really cautious of like our budget too, and just, we're not ones to put things on credit cards, so if the money's not there, the money's not there, you know? We've been saving up tremendously like the last year before we moved in, and you know, we have that money set aside specifically to buy stuff for the house, like new furniture, decor, that kind of stuff. Let me show you what's going on in the craft room, and let me turn on the lights since there's still not lights back here. It looks a little bit better than what it did, but then it also looks a little bit worse than what it did the last time I showed you. And that's because we got the tree in here and Brad moved the furniture, so I had to take some stuff off these shelves over here. So things look a little bit worse in here than what they were the last time I showed you all the craft room. And that's because we sort of added some stuff in here, moved some stuff around. These 3 cabinets here, little shelves, Brad moved them down a little bit more for me so I could add in this shelf here. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to keep it here forever. It needs to get repainted. It got scratched up in the move, but for right now I thought it'd be good for me to add a few more decorations in this room. So back here we had to empty off all of, well, I emptied off the white shelves, and all that decor is just sort of spread throughout the room because Brad moved the red dresser down a little bit so that we could fit the tree here. It's still a little tight. You can't really walk around this way, but I think it will be fine. I wanted to have room to be able to put the monorail around the Christmas tree, so that's why we sort of had to move things down a little bit, but it will look better once I get this room a little bit more organized. And then I just put that little IKEA organizer over there in the corner for now. Not sure if it will stay there or not, but we shall see. So now that we got things rearranged in here, I'm gonna now try to officially decorate in here. Again, I'm not gonna be worried about organizing any of the bins or any of the drawers. My goal is just to sort of get things up off the floor, make things look a little bit nicer, and decorate for Christmas in here, decorate the tree, and then I can slowly start adding stuff to the walls. So that's the plan. This is what it looks like right now, a mess. But between today and tomorrow, my plan is to get this room looking a little bit better. But for now, I'm gonna go eat some lunch before I get started on this. Before I sit down, I do wanna say, like, from the bottom of my heart and from the bottom of Brad's heart, we truly, truly, truly appreciate everyone's private messages on Instagram. And, you know, I just can't say enough how much we truly appreciated all the well wishes, the prayers for Brad, and the continued prayers and well wishes for Brad, just because, you know, he's still recovering even though he went to work, but that's because he wasn't in pain, you know. So the doctor said he'd go back to work today as long as he wasn't in any pain, and he said he wasn't, so that's why he's at work. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It was definitely a very long weekend and made me worried for him, and you never like to see your loved ones, you know, in any kind of pain, and the kind of pain that he was in this weekend, it just really scared me. Like, I just, you know, I was just really worried. So, especially because Brad's usually the lucky one not having to go to the hospital so much, or to the doctor in general. He is definitely the lucky one in our relationship when it comes to health issues. So when I see him in pain and I know he's not feeling well, like, it just breaks my heart. So anyways, time for lunch. I'm actually gonna have leftovers from yesterday. I made a crock pot, what's it called? Mexican quinoa dish. Basically it has green peppers, onions, what else does it have in here? Green peppers, onions, black beans, quinoa, corn, salt, pepper, paprika, cumin. I put in a little bit of garlic powder as well, and some Mexican shredded cheese, just a little bit, and it was delicious. That's what it looks like, so delicious. Super easy to make too. It took basically like 3 hours, maybe 15 minutes for the quinoa to soften up and everything, but I'm going to heat this up and put a little dollop of sour cream and a little bit more shredded cheese on top and have this for lunch. Funny story too, while I'm heating that up, I'm just getting to cleaning up our dishes that we bought at IKEA. I have the first load of them in the dishwasher to empty, but I'm just getting to wash these so we can finally stop using paper plates. So I was just working on getting the stickers and stuff off the bottom of these and then running through the dishwasher. I think I shared the stuff with you guys back when we bought these, before we moved into the house. And those are our other glasses. Those need to get washed. But yeah, this cabinet's empty because all the other dishes are in the dishwasher. So I'm gonna finish up this quick, empty the dishwasher a little bit while I wait for my food to get heated up. I'm ready to put my little dollop of sour cream on top. There's that. And then I'm just gonna sprinkle on a little bit of the Mexican blend cheese, just like that. And I am gonna pour myself a glass of water and then sit down and have my lunch. And I have my half of banana over here from breakfast to eat with that. And that is lunch. Super easy because I don't have to like make a whole other meal. I made some progress in the craft room, but I was going through some of my boxes of Christmas decor and I came across all of our holiday mugs. Well, most of them, because I think some of them already got unboxed. And I'm gonna just load them in the dishwasher. I first have to empty the dishwasher because I ran it twice today already, so this is gonna be the third time. But I think I mentioned earlier I was washing all the dishes from IKEA finally so that I can finally stop using paper plates. So this is some of our holiday collection. I still have some glasses somewhere that I haven't found yet, but I will find them. I really should pare this down, but I just don't have the heart to because, you know, like they're all just so cute. I mean, some of these are from back in Pennsylvania, so it's sort of like a memento from a place that we used to go to all the time. A really fun Christmas village. So if you're near like the Reading, Pennsylvania area, I highly, highly recommend Koziar's or Koziar's. I can't remember how you pronounce it. Christmas Village. It's phenomenal. And you can tell because we have one here, here, here. Oh, and then this one, I forgot about this one. Since from our first year being here in Florida, when we had annual passes to Busch Gardens, which we talked about doing that again, but we haven't decided. Maybe we will to go back to Christmastown because Christmastown was really fun. Okay. It looks worse. It looks worse, but it also looks better. I started to decorate back there and I started putting things elsewhere. Hung a little bit of Christmas, but I realized I hadn't decided yet what to do in that other guest room. It's definitely going to be Disney themed, but I wasn't 100%, but now I am. So I'm going to sort of have to start over somewhat, a little bit. Let me explain. The reason why I'm going to redo things a little bit. I was going to do a Polynesian themed guest room, but I decided against it because I have so much stuff, or I should say Brad and I have so much stuff. And when I mean stuff, I mean Disney things. And I think I was going to do a classic Minnie and Mickey themed guest room, and That way I can incorporate some of the other Disney stuff that's like park things and other movies, that kind of stuff that's all sort of Disney related, not just Minnie and Mickey. I can sort of then utilize that stuff in here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna sort of backtrack and work on this room first. Things over here I need to go through as well. So like the stuff that's Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios up there, all that stuff's gonna go into the craft room. And then I'm just gonna focus in here on Mickey and Minnie specifically. That's the dilemma I was debating over the last 20 minutes or so, because I wanted a little bit more cohesiveness compared to what I had before at the old house. So at the old house, this guest room was like a mixture of Mickey and Minnie. And then the shelving I used for like each park. So like I had things specific for Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. But I sort of want to incorporate that stuff into the craft room and then just make this specifically a special Minnie and Mickey guest room. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So let me work my magic on this stuff after I sit down for a little bit and get some water. I thought I was gonna get this accomplished today so that tomorrow I could decorate the tree in here, but that's not gonna happen because it's almost like 4:30 and yeah, it's not gonna happen. My back just can't take it much longer. So